Welcome back, Ghost Schools and Adventurers. We're gonna see what happens here soon. It's been a while since I've actually played the. Oh, what did I do? Hold on, sleeper. Hold it there, sleeper. Comes a voice behind you. Don't you run. That's a cynical bounty hunter. Well, I'm gonna run. A strike comes across your back and knocks your face down onto the floor. I told you not to run, idiot. Ethan pulls up to you. He's wearing a wide smirk and a slick jacket, and you immediately knew he was terrible news. You got all the way here, and then you stayed put? He laughs a cruel laugh. That a sleeper thing? You're my first. You barely hear him. You've noticed the handgun he has leveled at your chest, and it's hard to take your eyes off of it. He reaches down with his other hand and slips some kind of ring out of his belt loop without taking his eyes off of you. Making it to the eye, though, that's pretty good. This place isn't so bad. Bars, markets, people. I pull most of my contracts out of the asteroid caves or off of the godforsaken moons. He splits the ring into two perfect circles. It's hard to hit civilization where there's so much space passing through. You stay silent. He reaches over and slides the ring across your wrist. Go easy. Take a break for it. You see a chance moment in his eyes leave you and you watch the rings. You spin, knocking him away and sprinting down the corridor. Then the shot rings out, echoing off the metal so loud it hurts your ears. A bullet hole smokes into the wall behind past your head. You freeze and Ethan closes the gap. This is a very boring routine. Trust me, I've seen it all. He slips his rings over your trembling wrists. Ethan nudges you to start walking. To the ship and home. He whistles. Go easy. You stumble down the corridor your hands behind you, your mind racing. Please, stop. Don't debase yourself by begging, please. Ethan pulls out a sharpshooter's earplug out and pops it in. Consider these deaf ears. Ethan yawns and continues to nudge you down the corridor. Shame to come all this way out here just to head back to SN right away. That tracker of yours makes this too quick. Was hoping you'd put up more of a chase, you know? A running battle through the bright market maybe, or a holdout in the low end. There's a few establishments I would have enjoyed checking out while I asked around. You walk on in silence for a little while, desperately trying to think of a way to escape. That SN ARP tracker will be the death of you. Hey, I have an idea. Ethan interrupts your thoughts. How about on the way back to the ship we stop for a drink? I'm buying. He laughs at his own joke. I have a better idea. This better not be one of those where you do a dramatic pause and then try to jump me, because I'm pretty tired of that. Although, muses Ethan, I've got myself thinking, what's the rush here? Here we are in one of the most lawless joints in the surrogate systems, and we are heading for the exit. He pauses and trudges on in silence. Okay, here's an idea, starts Ethan. You and me, we make a little arrangement. Here are the terms. He turns to face you. You run or leave or try to abandon the eye, I shoot you. You plot or scheme or try to kill me, I shoot you. But, he smiles, you come meet me at an establishment of my choice every few cycles, and you pay me my tab, I don't shoot you. He pauses. You don't pay my tab, he rattles the handgun. You get the idea. You letting me go? Not at all. Let's call it open custody. You're free to mooch around the eye as long as you keep paying up. He stretches. You know, I really thought I was gonna have to kill you, but this is so much better. He clicks something on his belt and the rings release from your wrists. I'm gonna go see if I can find my old stool at the Compressor Club. Come see me there. He aims the handgun at you, squinting down the sight. Let me just remind you, that body of yours is one big tracker, so don't even think about leaving the eye. I'll know. Ethan turns and strides off down to the corridor, slipping his handgun away. A mix of relief and terror you feel is overwhelming. What are you gonna do? I am gonna be completely honest. I did not expect this turn of events in the slightest. I'm absolutely here for this. There's gonna be a situation where we can get this taken care of, I'm sure. But until then, let's start figuring things out. Okay, I think we want to go more towards... Oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. I don't care about the Yatagan agent. I want to take a look at the Heaven Age agent, honestly. We need a 2, and fortunately enough, we have that. So let's go ahead and bypass and extract the data. The hunter is coming though. I don't know what that is going to happen, but we'll see here soon. What do you need? You need a Heaven Age cipher. This gate keeps track of it. The Heaven is shown into the network. The correct cipher. The gate flips on. You are in. Action unavailable. And Heaven Age port H33. An open port situates you, and what will you find there? We have a whippoorworm. The worm slots in and begins tunneling down a thread. Godspeed, little one. Is this all that we do for right now? Okay, so I'm sure it's going to take a little bit of time for it to extract the data or something along those lines. Fang, I feel like you have something to say. Fang's whippoorworm is installed, but it'll take a few cycles to run through the closed network. Okay, I am wrong. Empty container, it's my home, merchant freighter. Is there anything of value here? I'm not worried about it. We have still scrap components so we can take care of things. Compressor club, Sabine's, emphasis stall, low end, Lemon Mina's unit. Let's go talk to them. Let's hang out with them. Negative outcome. Can we do... 3 should be a positive outcome, right? Negative... Oh. Okay, what about a 5? A 5... You know what? We're going to have to use one of our 6s. We're going to have to use one of our 6s. Never punished. Never punished. Never punished. By the end of the day, Mina curls up in your lap as you read her a story. She's asleep when Lim gets back and you two eat together. Let's go. That is happiness. She's asleep, whispers Lim, creeping back out of the unit's tiny bedroom, sliding the door shut as he does. You are perched at the thin bar in the main room, the slate in front of you still glowing with Mina and her drawings on the cycle spent together. There's a ring, the only world Mina has known, with a stick figure sliding along its edge. The tall one is you. Drink? Liam asks Liam, producing a worn-looking bottle of Grioli from under his belt, its contents glowing amber in the fluorescent light. No thanks. Let me pour it at least. If you don't want it, I'll drink it later. He laughs and gludges a few fingers into the couple of metal tumblers, then sits down with you at the bar. Cheers, he offers, and you clink the metal containers together. You know, we actually have something to celebrate this time. Liam gives you a sideways look. I made the assembly team on the side wheel. He grins broadly. Clearly, he has been desperate for it to tell you all cycle. Knew it. Liam holds up his drink. You did get there first, friend. I'll give you that. He looks away. Seriously, though, couldn't have done it without you keeping an eye on little meanie back there. Lem shifts a little on his stool. He looks uncomfortable. How's our girl doing, sleeper? I haven't seen much of her these past cycles. She misses her father. Lem looks away. Yeah, he says to no one in particular. The silence stretches out as Lem takes a drink, his eyes fixed on the bedroom door. She's great. He nods. I can't take all the credit for Mina. She isn't actually mine. He gazes into the middle distance. I pulled her off of a Regiview G shuttle out by one of Ember's moons. The colony was falling apart for decades after Solom collapsed, surviving on next to nothing. Eventually, some of the residents tried to make it for the eye on these decrepit old shuttles. He sloshes a drink around in a tumbler. They had no idea what they were doing. The one Mina was on decompressed halfway there. Everyone spaced. The only reason she made it out was someone sealed her in the weapon locker. She was ice cold when I reached her. Purple lips, each of us. Once I picked her up, I wouldn't let go. The mechs treated her, with me still clinging to her. He takes a drink. Still not sure why. He reaches over and fills his cup. We weren't exactly anybody's heroes, you understand? We were private military, hired in by Conway to protect their claims in the collapse. But once I got Mina, that was it. I quit. Got us dumped here. You saved her. I'm going to sound like an idiot now, but she saved me. That's the truth of it. He looks around the decaying unit. Its stained plating and flickering lights. Me, I brought her to this. She was tiny, too small to know what she lost, but I can't stop thinking about it. He rubs his eyes dark with tiredness. What if our number doesn't come up in the draw, Sleeper? What then? The side wheel will sail off without a thought, leaving us here. What kind of life is that for her? You'll make it. So I know you don't have it any better. He looks at his cup and pushes it away down the bar. This is a celebration, right? Both of us on the team now. Both of us with a chance. Together. That's right. We hold on together. Imagine all three of us riding the sideward horizon out of here to a new world. He looks into his glass for a moment. I think I drank this too fast. Lim stands and starts to clear the glasses into auto wash. I need some sleep, friend. I'll see you around, Lim. Alright then. He catches your shoulder as you turn to leave. Thank you, Sleeper. I mean it. From both of us. He pats your shoulder and you slip into a dark shadow, dark of the walkway, with thoughts of little Mina in your mind. No! Oh, that is amazing. I love that. I want to figure out what this does. Surely it just adds a +2 to all my checks towards it. That's something that we should definitely be working towards. We gotta max out into this situation to make things a lot easier. Was it this one right here that we need to pay attention to? No. I think it was this one. Yes, it is this one. Okay. We need to work on ourselves now. Never punished? Never punished? Never punished. Never punished. Progress in the daily grind, but every well... Yes, okay, okay. Never punished. 100% success. Let's go. Surgical harassment. We're working on it. We're working on it. Can we do anything with one? We can maybe explore the Rotunda a little bit, yeah? Let's just put one into Rotunda. Something bad's gonna happen, isn't it? Energy. We lost a lot of energy. Oh, not even a lot. We just lost one segment, so it's honestly not even that big of a deal. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Now we gotta go over here to the compressor club. Ethan's tab. You see Ethan at a distance, shouting from the bar for more drinks. The spell isn't gonna be small, is it? They don't want to see me. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. Cool, awesome. I'm here for it. Well then, I guess there's really nothing that we care about going to do right now, I think. I can't do anything here for it. The spoke layer is layer after layer. Okay, so this, intuition, and engage. Who is good with intuition? Interface, intuition. Ah, okay, okay. I think we are going to save up to get the +2, honestly. What's digital? Use strength or strength of will. Photosynthetic skin. Sun-bathed dice action allows energy to recover at home. That actually doesn't sound terrible either. Ah, okay, we get a +1 here. You know what? We're gonna save up so that way we can make sure that we're getting over there on the ship, because that's what it requires over here in this real hall, right? Engineer. Engineer. We have a +1 on. And that's exactly what we are. We're a machinist. Yeah, okay. Engineer right here. Fantastic. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna save up our action points. We're gonna go ahead and go back and go to sleep since there's really hardware exchange. Is there any? We do have scrap components. I don't want to use it because I want to use it to keep my health up, honestly. So let's go back to our empty container. We don't need stabilizer, but we can use the scrap component to keep us stable up here. And that's exactly what I want to be doing. I want to stay topped up to the best that I can. There we go. And we're not going to worry about anything right now. Let's go ahead and end the cycle. We're okay. We just need to keep doing amazing things, and I believe. I'm loving this game. I really am. We lost a lot of it towards hunger, but that's okay. Let us go get a bite to eat, actually. Let us go... Lemon them? No? Where are they? They're not here. I guess we have to wait for a little bit. Fang... we're waiting for cycles for that to be done. So then I guess we're just gonna walk on Surreal's Hall. We need to make sure to stay good towards this and the aspect. Before we do that, hold on. Let's go and search here. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, it's still discovering. Action unavailable. Okay, so we just gotta wait. We just gotta wait right now. And that's okay. Let's just work on Surreal Hall then. This will give us +2. Never punished? Never punished? How much longer are we going to get away with this? We're going to continue to get away with it. That's what we're going to do. Look at that. This is fantastic. Absolutely amazing. We have 2 ones here that we can't really do anything with, and that's okay. Alright, let's do a little bit of discovery here. I'm pretty sure we needed some 1s somewhere, I think. Or I think they were 2s. Here's a 1. Let's go ahead and extract the data from this key node. I'm pretty sure this activates the hunter. Yep, right there. A gleam in the dark catches your eye as the orb of Hunter's head appears in the distance. It's looking at you. Hide. You slip down in the ghosty interface of the eye, a feeling like passing through a cloud of their data structures to form and reform around you. Another glimmer catches your eye. Closer now, that rovering orb, writhing in tentacles, it flickers, jumps once, twice, and then it's here. Hunter is here. Enter. Entity. Submit for inquiry. Hunter reaches for you in the unpleasant familiar way. It's weaving threads creating a cage. You push against the threads as they close in, becoming frenzied as you push them aside. You are caught by whipping tendrils, the feeling of pulling you away with the anchor of your body. You push through, clearing the threads. Entity, hold for processing. Comes a scream from behind, but you are already gliding away, back to your anchor, your body. You awake, dizzy, disorientated, but safe. Okay, we got hurt a little bit. We gotta find more scrap. That's what we need to do. But before that, let's go ahead and access into the key node and extract more data. What could possibly go wrong? It's unlocked. We got another encrypted key. We have 2 of them. A cache of raw data from Heaven Age's hardware. Okay. So, I think we can go over here to Fangs. Can we sell data? No, we can't sell data. Wasn't there someplace that we could sell data? Fragment supply, tracking, Yatagan. Encrypted key. We have Yatagan data. They'll pay for it. So we can pay for it. Or they can pay for it. We got 10 cryo. Really? That's it? They're cheaping out on me. Hellions Crossing is coming back. Okay, so we need to... Most of what comes in is about as credit, but sometimes some valuable. Buy some scrap. Yeah, we can buy some scrap here. This stuff goes on the bit of the valuable stuff to the markets to let you buy a few crates, but not much more. Ship fragment. I don't want ship fragment. Stabilizer. Could be reassembled for the right tools and a few fragments. We can go ahead and just buy out all of this, honestly. I need scrap. And that is all that they're going to allow me to do. We can go back over here to the Heaven Age opponents here and dismantle this. Sophisticated tech is rare in the eye, so Shipyard is happy to pay for ship mind fragments that they can dismantle and reuse. What do we get from that? We get 30 cryo. Okay, so we make our money back from it. Essentially, I think. But we need to do something about getting more scrap. We gotta find a way to get more scrap. I think I should have been paying attention to the freighters that came in and probably unload the containers. And they'll pay a wage to anyone willing to help. Okay, no, that's not what we want to do. QRT exchange. ORT exchange. Of chits and components, but a sharp eye and some tight trades will let you a good margin. Trusted trader. Sell components or hungry for new hardware to buy up, break it down, and sell off. You are happy to supply it. I am not happy to supply it. I need the scrap. Emphasis all low in residential district. Okay, we need to find something maybe over here in Hollow End to get stuff. We need to give them 150 cryo to be able to move on to the next area. I don't think we need to move on to the next area yet. I think we want to save up our cryo for what's going on over here. So let us go back to our container, self-repair, and we need food. I want food. Food restores 3, if I remember correctly. This has been like 2 or 3 weeks since I've actually recorded this again, so I'm a little out of the loop for it again. Okay, so it's 3 food, and it is time for bed. It is time for sleepy sleeps. Okay, we did not get some really good dice rolls. We really didn't. Salvagers. They'll give us money for offloading things. I don't care about that. It's going to take quite a few cycles for people to come back. He's going to give us a couple of days still, so we're not that pressed with it until we are. So maybe we can find something. Maybe we can work here? With a sharp eye, my trades might make you a good margin. I don't think I want to do that. I think we need to save our 6 here for low-end discovery. Maybe there's other, maintained by the residents. Remshaw blocks are always in need of repairs, helping out a good way to make friends. A clack of filter caps can be heard in every Concord of low end. It's fun to play rotating rounds of gainful cryo. I don't care about that. Hold on. No one knows you here. You'll need to change that if you want access to low-end residents and facilities. Okay, so we actually do want to be down here. Never punished? Never punished? Never punished. And we have to use the 6 on this. What is our chances? Negative, neutral? Neutral, negative. We don't care about that. We're not going to do that. Noodle factory and delivery. Express delivery noodles in the nameless unit of low end take gotten certain fairness when it comes to asking for tips. I don't need that. Has a kelp sack in the basement that he makes noodles from seaweed. He doesn't pay much, but he'll feed anyone who does the shift. I don't want to do that either. Is there anything else that we discovered? Maybe we go over to Sabine. Is selling off a case of stabilizer vial by vial. You haven't been able to talk to them since your last visit. We still have the stabilizer. We don't need to use the stabilizer yet. I think we just need to go take a nap. I don't think there's really much that we can do with ones. Or at least make things that aren't too risky, I should say. So let's check all our data nodes here for it. Or key nodes. Yeah, all of these look like to be 2s. This still takes some time. Yeah, it's still taking some time. What else is there? We went through that one. Yatagan agent requires 1. Okay. We can extract the data. Yatagan data. The hunter is closing in again. Key node. Maybe we don't do the key node. Maybe we do Yatagan. It needs 1. Fantastic. And there should be like another node for a Yatagan agent, right? What are you? Heaven Age agent. Heaven Age agent? Heaven Age agents needs 2. This key node needs 2. And Heaven Age port over here. But we gotta be careful with the hunter towards it. But we can come up here to... was Heaven Age? Was it this one? For the data. They'll pay for that. So I guess we can get the cryo for it. Even if it is only 10. Jeez, that's not really that much. Which is fine. We'll just have to deal with it. We gotta find something else. Still dock plans. Oh, okay, hold on, wait a second. A rotunda of Voldrox is filled with passageways and concords leading to all kinds of docking bays. This, okay, I need to explore. Heaven Age runs a rotunda. Their security watches the docks, better to avoid attracting their attention. Getting to know rotunda doesn't just mean new places to visit, it means keeping your eye on new arrivals too. Scooters have plans, stealing them would be the fastest way to get to know this place. And the most dangerous. Okay. Well, we gotta do something. We can't just sit around here. We're doing stuff. We're doing stuff. It's fine, Ender. We've used up everything. It is time for the sleepy sleeps. And there's no repair that we can do. I don't remember how much the stabilizer does. I think it did quite a bit. So I think we might wait until we get to the last one here. Read here on this and then use it again. Heaven Age systems. Let's take a look here. Hold on. Alright. Fang. What do you have to say? As you arrive, Fang strides towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and he turns back the way you came. Follow his lead. He steps in the passageway, guiding you downwind towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. The data you ripped. Well done, by the way. He grins. Tell me, Hardin is making a rare inspection of Cyber Horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of the compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn onto a dimly lit side passage. Confront him? That's right. It's a perfect time. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where, somewhere in the back, a water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper. The same. Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from his first days of Solem collapse until now. He rode out the whole thing, slipped into Heaven Age when it first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solem, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounded. It wasn't like Solem was here, running the station one day, and the next, Erlin's unit took power. Back then, Solom knew this place was slipping away from them. As the Palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solom squeezed every worker until the mistakes, the accidents, were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solon welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solon was folding up, dragging into the court cases into central systems, while the severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision of Dock 2A, or Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified, and the blame fell squarely on Solon. People like to tell stories about Erlin, how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solon. Maybe it's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the jagged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang paused in the dark. They sealed it up, though. By the time they did, Solon was gone, abandoning every one of us in the black apart. Fang finally turned back to you now, his eyes burning. From shits like Hardin, shits who held their place, rode it out and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those that they have exploited at every step. Fang started to walk again. That's why I can't let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. Stay silent. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Though the ceiling, you can see ships mid-construction, their flanks lit by the flashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. Let's go. Fang grins. Let's go show these shitheads some consequences. He strides to the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex, snatches of the construction bays always appearing through the windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeletal and posing. Fang seems to know exactly where he is going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock, locked to one side of the side rail horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to a ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space so that the welling, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across the gantry, and at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship, the other stick-thin, clean-dressed, with a shock of gray hair. Hardin. You and Fang say his name in unison, and Fang sets up the entrance of the gantry, with you following behind. As you continue to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. Hardin Hurst, Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. Yes? Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze lingering on your body, unsure why a sleeper might be in this place. You are a traitor, Hardin. A solemn executive who tried to hide here amongst its victims. Fang's voice is steady strong. You stand for everything the Eye has rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for. Everything Heaven Age stands for. You have no place on this station. For a moment of stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by a rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. Well, good to meet you too. He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. You are from the systems branch, are you not? Asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent. The foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands drumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. Stay silent. Fang holds up a stick of memory. You guessed right. I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solom right here. He turns to the foreman again. So once again, I am asking you to take this man into custody of the shipyard. The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review? He shakes his head. I have nothing to hide. Unlike a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, and tries to turn my own men against me. You hear it now. Echoing sounds of boots on the walkways coming from all angles at once and then settling behind you. Please, says Hardin, submit the data through the correct channels, then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave. He gestures behind you in the security detail, their hands on blocky black sidearms on their sides. Fang spits. Hardin, you shithead. You can't wriggle out of this one. The security draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns and stares them down. Calm, Fang. You look at Fang. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. Let's go, says Fang. And he pushes through security, heading back down to the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back to the corridor, Fang picks up the pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of the entrance. Fang is grinning ear to ear. You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be. Something pings in his pocket and he takes it out. On a slate, a web of connections start drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points along the ring. Got him, mutters Fang. What's going on? Hardin is doing what any snaky shithead always does, calling his friends. We are tracking his outgoing messages. Fang grins, looks ghostly, and an uplight of the screen. The old ways are best. Spook them good enough that they'll give the game away. He jabs at the slate and you see the web, his brain drawn over the map of the ring. Lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots? These are Hardin's buddies. The ones he is messaging right now, and we are going to find them. You tricked me? Not exactly. You did good. Fang glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. We better split for now, Sleeper. But this is exactly what we need. Good hunting. Fang, I'm not cool with you as much anymore, buddy. Like, I get it, I do, but like, you gotta be communicative, my dude. With the pat on your shoulder, Fang drifts away back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. I don't like that, but I do like getting an upgrade point. I need one more. Okay, alright. I don't know how you feel about that yet. I really don't. Okay. So I guess the dad and kid are okay, and I don't really need to do anything with them. So instead, I think I need to just continue to do with things like this. Never punished. Never punished. So we're just going to continue to work with this. I think this is exactly what we should be doing. Get the money that we need. Maybe we can get more stabilizers and things, you know? We do need to keep this one, though. We can... There was one over here, I think, that we can mess with. I don't remember where it was at. That was a 2. At least I think there was a 1. I'm not 100% sure anymore. 2. 1. Yatagan agent. There we go. And then just extract the data. And we got the Yatagan data. We gotta be careful though, because we're getting closer to the max thing on it too. Part of me wants to go to keep getting money so that way we can actually just work on getting on to the next area. But we need to save up money for right now. And we should just wait to see what's going on with this dude over here. We eat our food. Relax. We're not going to use the scrap and we're just going to go to bed. Yeah, let's just go to bed. And end the cycle. Okay, tomorrow. Actually, we're just gonna go ahead and use the stabilizer. There we go. We are fully back to stable. I didn't like being that low. I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't. Okay, so we need to go over here to the compressor club. 58 cryo? How can someone drink this much in 6 cycles? Ethan hasn't held back while he's been at the compressor. We only need that? Okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over at him leaning across the pool of light, empty glasses, spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in compressor, but this cycle the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing with locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins a glass in the bar, or they go spend their savings on some local heavy I have to put down. They don't pay. You walk away. Ethan gets to his feet, the glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we're even, sleeper? Come on. His hand comes around to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling with his chest holster. Stop. Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. I told you already. Stop about begging. I'm a freelancer, sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with Ensign Arb. Don't we? Didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away with your contract, your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? I'm nothing like you. That's what I'm saying. Ethan is addressing the bar now, having noticed the attention from the other patrons. You are a coward. I am a professional. Though I should thank you for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts at the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds a finger in the general direction without turning around. Shoot me or leave. Oh, I see. Toughening up here. He gestures wildly at the crowd. Thumbs up or thumbs down, folks. Most turn back to their drinks. No longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. The thing is, sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and then downs its contents. So please go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar with a fresh drink. You just leave. You turn on Yahoo and you are out. Out of the coiling dark, the sweat stenched of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. I didn't think it was going to be that situation, but we did get an upgrade point. There we go. We are maxed out with our engineer. That is amazing. I think I want to go with this. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. All cryo actions are discounted by 20%. Agent nodes give double data rewards. Chance to gain cryo on interface actions. I think we want to go through Endure, honestly. And we're going to go through the Founder's Gap. See what else. We can pay for the fee and see about going anywhere else. This is great. We're in the money. Take the ferry across the Founder's Gap to the Greenway. Hello? You step onto the passageway, some more barrels Someone barrels into you from behind, sending you stumbling down to the corridor. You turn to see an unfamiliar spacer, laden with heavy gear. She steadies herself, staring you down as if daring you to respond. Excuse me? She squints at you, shaking her head before settling off to the down corridor. Sorry for her. A second spacer smiles at you apologetically. She's on a mission, and when she's on a mission, they shrug. Not a problem. They smile. You're sweet. Of course I am! Pecky, Escher stands further down the corridor, glowering at her friend. She chops at the air, pointing down to the corridor to whatever end she's rushing to. I cannot speak anymore. Becky raises an eyebrows at you. She? Please. Do you want everyone in the station to hate us? As she hardens, they want to hate us. They can hate us. She drops her head. I'm not exactly seeing much love as it is. We're lucky we got through before they set up that dang cordon. Don't interrupt. Pecky sighs. This station isn't Hawthorne. Everyone isn't yoinked to the same corporate protocols. As she sighs, I'm not saying that they're a part of the administration. She jerks her head in your direction. But I am saying we need to get these supplies to Briar before someone starts asking questions. Can I help? Pecky smiles shyly. See, Yeshi? Help. Isn't that exactly what we need right now? Pecky, as she raises her eyes. Pecky ignores her. We are with the refugees. The one Heaven Age have concorded off from entering the station. As she interrupts, the ones that are being quarantined in makeshift vessels that are barely made it to the eye to begin with. The ones that your station administrators have called an existential risk and are running out of supplies while their right to safety is being debated by people with no stake in their future. She quickly walks away, annoyed by her own outburst. Becky sighs. She's right. People are trapped out there, and they turn to Ashi. We understand that this is a big problem for the Eye. Hundreds of recipes, more ships turning up each cycle. They hold up a hand to stop Ashi interrupting, but Ashi turns away, her burning anger a palpable force in the close quarters of the corridor. They need supplies, and after everything they've been through, the quarantine isn't helping. Becky finishes. It's difficult. Becky forces a smile. Becky, please. Asher gathers herself and the supplies. Asher, we need help. Just like the refugees needed us, we need others too. They smile at her. Becky turns to you. Come find us. The climbing briar is docked at the Broken Spoke. Past the Greenway, in the wastes, we have a good view of Cordon, though we are keeping our distance for now. Come help us. They squeeze your hand. Ashley turns to leave and Peke follows, waving us goodbye. A moment later, Ashley shouts back down the corridor. Don't bother coming empty-handed. You want help? Show us. Bring supplies or don't come at all. And with that, they disappear around the corner. Ashley already picking up speed as the Peke calls for her to slow down. A refugee flotilla? Where are they coming from, and why now? Each time you think to begin to understand this place, something changes. I love this. Greenaway. Hype the commune. A self-sustaining... What was that? Community. The wastes. Climbing Briar. Escape XPR ship. Okay, so that's the end of it. Okay. So this is our big ship. This is incredible. We use this to cross the rim. Okay. Overgrown biosphere. This is where we might go and get the mushrooms. And this is where enduring is. The simplest way to explain the Greenaway is simply to pick a path and set off to its twisting chambers and passages. There carries obvious risks. Rather than simply thrash throughout the overgrown, you might sketch a map of this overgrown jungle to try better navigate the hazards. That sounds great, but I'm not that smart. Haifa community. Work the canteen. Newcomers to the commune can work within the canteen, preparing and serving food for those that make the compound their home. Work the grow beds. The grow beds are the heart of the commune, feeding the members and fueling their lab work. You are invited to assist in maintaining them. Haifa member. The only way to become part of the community is to work your way in, though long service isn't for everyone. So we might be able to get things there as well. Gather scrap. Out here at the edge of the habited parts of the eye, everything is scrap. The trick is finding components that are still usable and staying safe. Gather scrap. Okay, so we can't do anything inside of the waste since we don't have this skill. And we have to go through indoor, I assume. I think it was indoor. Hold on. It is indoor. Skill upgrade required. I need to figure out how to gather scrap. Because if I do that, I will never have to worry about my condition. Photosynthetic skin. Sunbathe ice dice action allows energy recovery at home. Chance to gather energy from any engage action. We get a minus. Okay, it's fine. Okay. We have lots of stuff to figure out. Climbing briar. What do we need here from this? Ask you to bring supplies and fragrant. Growing claps seem like the perfect thing to impress her. Welcome to Episode Flux. Episode Flux is the first of the 3 episodic updates for Citizen Sleeper, telling the story of the refugee flotilla, which has arrived at the Eye. All 3 episodes, Flux, Refuge, and Purge, are now available. Completing the supply girlies action will begin the episode, but be aware that it is intended for late game gameplay. Fantastic. We're not gonna do that because we're already trying to do things right now. I want to explore the wastes, but we can't. So we will explore the greenway and help for the absolute best. What can we use to get away with down here? A 5 is a positive neutral, so we're gonna wait. What about the other side? Risky and danger. We'll do risky. We only get 1. They both apply to it, so it's fine. We need to get 5s or 6s. Because 4s are going to be negative neutral. Okay, 2s are going to be negative neutrals. Okay, so we have things that we can be doing. This is great. We can now use this 2 to be able to... Oh, no, wrong thing. We're going to cross the trim. And hunt for things. Even if the hunter is coming after us. Yatagan agent. Oh, the Yatagan agent needed 1. Of course they needed the 1. The one that I wasn't paying attention to. And that one needs a 1. Oh my gosh. Yatagan agent. This one needs 1. What is going on? Where were all these ones that I needed them? I think it was yesterday. I just wasn't looking, honestly. That's a skill issue on my part. Jeez Louise. And that's okay. We're going to have to deal with the hunter again. Hopefully everything will be okay. We'll see here in a minute. We have the Heaven Age data, and we can use the 2 read here for this. For the Heaven Age data and bypass this and extract the data. Hunter, please don't victimize me. The hunter is here. These familiar threads wrap around you, bound you, test you. Entity, submit. Hunter's strange head bobs in your vision. Your ally in the sealed dot cannot save you. And the globbed head, you see whirling strings of data, so many spinning there that they threaten to tear through this thin skin and whip out into the void around. What happened to this creature? The threads squeeze and you lose any sympathy you might have had. You must escape. Strike. You lash out once more, pushing Hunter back, severing threads that regrow as fast as they are broken. As you slip away, you realize that you have to find a way to deal with Hunter once for all. This is getting too dangerous. Well, that's a problem for another day. Honestly. So, we are gonna use Self-repair again. And end the cycle. Things are getting fun. I'm not gonna lie. Things are getting very, very fun. We did not get very good checks. We did not get very good checks at all. So then we are gonna go to emphasis stall. Get some omnoms. Because we need them. And we're gonna go work on the scrapyard. The surreal hall, I should say. Yeah. Even 3s are good. Even 3s are fine. We get some cryo for it. 2s are okay, yes. 2 have a potential chance of being negative. So let's try it. Never punished. Never punished. Never punished. We can do it again. Yeah. Let's risk it. Let's risk it. Let's risk it. We gotta risk it. We gotta risk it. This is gonna finish the surreal horizon. We got -1 condition. That's okay. Honestly, all things considered, it's fine. We're so close to completed and it's fine. And honestly, we're just gonna have a quick day here for it. We're gonna have a quick day and just go to the container and sleep. We did not get that many good dice rolls, and that's alright. Our condition did kind of worsen really, really badly, but that's alright. It's okay. Oh my gosh, that's some bad dice rolls again. Okay. Well, let's get some nom-noms. Om-noms are good. We got a bunch of 1s and 2s. This is not good. Jeez, 2 bad days in a row. And let's just use our 2 and hope for the best. This is whenever we're gonna get punished again. We didn't get punished. Okay. So then let's continue. Your crew slowly filters out of the shipyard locker room, the bubbling chatter reducing with each group that leaves. There is an excitement in the air. Having each just made an announcement. The assembly teams are done. Sat on the locker room bench, you can feel the surreal out there. Its hulking mass now intimately familiar to you. Over the past cycles, you have watched it grow, be assembled. You have walked through its veins and welded its bones. Now it is ready for the final stage. It will go to the testing now, and then enter the final processing of sealing and resealing and checking and rechecking before it is deemed suitable for its generational trip. But for now, your work is done. You can't but help but feel proud. A cough interrupts your thoughts. It's Lem, changing out of his work gear. Mina, nowhere to be seen. He smiles. She'll be ready soon. Where's Mina? You two are fast friends, huh? She's being watched at home. I'm on the work team. I can afford a bit more help. He corrects himself. Was on the work team. I mean, we are all out of a job now. He quickly adds. Not that I'm complaining. Lem comes to sit next to you on the bench. She's got to be in her best shape when she carries you, Mina, and me out of here. So confident. Lem smiles apologetically. Why not? I figured I'm due a lucky turn by now. He rubs his hands nervously. No use in wondering what if, until the draw anyway, and there's a few cycles till then. Lem is right, but the odds seemed unlikely anyway. How many are working in the shipyard? Hundreds? 1,000? You've certainly seen more faces than you can count pass through. And are the Celis Foundation even going to keep their promise? Out here on the Eye, you get the sense that no one will hold them to it. Why else would they be building the sidereal and a surrogate system? As you think, Lem watches you with a worried look. How's Mina doing? Lem is surprised by the question but smiles. She's doing well. She misses having you over, actually. I need to get you two together again soon. Especially now that I won't see you here either. Wait, what do you mean? Lem gazes into space. She's pretty stuck on you, actually. She told me the other cycle that she doesn't want to go unless you come too. He sighs. You ever been in a thunderstorm sleeper? A really big one? I did. I have. Oh right, because they're working in the. Yeah. Right. Then you know. Lem smiles. The sound, the smell of the rain hammering down, the whole sky stretched out and bruised, roaring and huge to the place I was born. New Pembroke, a dry old rock and a Conaway system, had 2 seasons. One of them was as dry as bone, dusty and ugly. The other was one long storm, a side effect of terraforming efforts, they said. Rain used to rattle off the roofs like bullets. It's washed the dust away, turned the streets into rivers. It'd sing us to sleep and wake us in the morning. We'd wait half a year just to see it again. The best day was the one where the first drops fell. He sniffs. Someday I wake up swearing I can hear it again. I was thinking, Mina's never seen a storm, never even felt rain. She's growing up here. The rain, her only horizon, always in the dark. I want to change that for her. You will. Of course, almost there, Lim stands, stretching. Best get back to the little one anyway. With the shifts done, I reckon she'll be happy to have me home for a few cycles. He shoulders his gear. See you in a few for the draw? I'll be there. Right on, Lim grins. Lim leaves, making you the last person in the converse. A cavernous locker room. As you sit, you think about the rain, and the little hope creeps in. Is it possible? Could the side wheel really take you to the planet? A place with weather, with skies, with life? You get up quickly, before you can even think about it anymore. It's too soon to home. Too dangerous. There's work to be done. And now we have to wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have to wait 6 days. We gotta find work elsewhere. Like in the shipyard or something. Evan said there will be a few cycles until the winners of the draw are announced. So we have to come back then. Okay, 3 days. What are we gonna do for 3 days? Heaven Age offices? You can sell the Yaragan data. But what else? C9 is coming back in 3 days. Or C4 is coming back in 3 days. And then we can buy some scrap over here. On the containers. Yeah, we can go ahead and buy 3 of them. Oh wait, no, never mind. We can come over here to offload some scrap. But we don't get very much. I didn't mean to do that! I didn't mean to do that. It's fine. It's been a long time since we were punished for something anyways. So it's fine. Can we do something? He said it'll feed anyone that comes around. But it's fine. There was a lot of things over here that had ones. If I'm not mistaken. That we can get taken care of. Yaragan agent, read here is what we need. We bypass. Extract the data. And then we do this one and extract the data. Because this one was a 1 too. And we got another encryption key. What can we use the encryption keys? Able to unlock the station agent mag logs. But there is nothing that we can do with that right now. Maybe Fang will have something for us to do with that. The same thing for the Heaven Age data. A cache of work. Am I missing something? Hardware exchange. Play the exchange. No, these are just selling of components. No, nobody wants any of that. We may have to go over to Sabine's and get some stabilizer. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. We're gonna go ahead and buy the stabilizer. I don't like being this low. Oh! As you quickly leave the surgery, eager to be away from Chishira's glare, you notice something wrapped around the stabilizer vial clutched tightly in your hand. You open your hand and the thin film marked with holes and sigils unrolls from around the vial. At one end, it is a hard metal strip, a handle. Inspect the film. You hold the cloudy film up to the light. It is perforated with an annoying pattern of holes. You can make out the word among the markings. Passkey. Is this a entry key for somewhere? The metal handle is worn and pitted, but you can see from the studded numbers imprinted onto it 207-F, and then crudely scratched into the handle at some letter date low end. For the moment, you consider going back to the surgery to return the key, and then quickly think better of it. Did Sabine want you to have this, or is Tashira passing on the message? Time to head to low end to find out. We have an upgrade point. We have an upgrade point. We gotta do endure. Oh. Oh. Now it's a +0. Oh man, I should have went with interface then. We went with the one that was like, oh wait, no, we got the synthetic dice. Okay, no. We were already at 0. We've increased it to photosynthetic skin. Sunbathed dice action allows you to energy recovery at home. Okay, so we're fine. Unit 207F. You find the entrance to the apartment. Its passkey symbol obscured beneath the layers of graffiti. Who lives here? It has to be Sabine, right? Action unavailable? We continue. As you push the door open, the automatic lights flicker on the inside of the apartment. They reveal yellowing plastic panels, the curved shape of the wall-mounted utility units, the ditches of a routine life arranged on every surface. You step inside, clicking the door shut behind. The amber lights of the aging fixtures glaze everything with pale orange. The work surfaces hold a variety of objects. Indistinct of the dawning lights, a pale blue light drifts into the doorway at the end of the room. Go to the doorway. You cross the cramped utility room with its auto-wash dispensers, water closet towards the doorway. Through the doorway is a dark, warm room lit only by a faint glow of a terminal screen. Approach a terminal. As you approach, there is a cackle from somewhere in the dark. Sleeper, Sabine's voice shakily echoes through the apartment. Welcome to my home. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have to make alternate arrangements. You hear rattling noise, static. I was able to record this message, but I don't dare show my face. Something is happening within Yatagan. I no longer trust them. Their voice becomes distant, slipping behind the background noise. I have something to ask of you. I want you to get me out. Yatagan was supposed to hide me, to protect me. After everything happened, I was desperate, and then after that, I was too tired to care. A noise, like waves, passes over the recording. But I'm done with them now. I want out. Screw the dead. But I need insurance. Something that I can hold against them. I have my suspicions, but I can be sure I need information. And as you know, you need me. A pause. Something clicking in the dark. This isn't a threat. You have to understand my position here. Another pause. I know sleepers. I have been here before. I can help you, but not with Yatagan's noose around my neck. Get me data. Get me information. Get me something that I can use a Yatagan. Then I can get out, and you can get what you need. Please. Waves of static cut into the Sabine's voice. Bring it here to my terminal. I'll get to it when I can. You look around the tiny room and try to imagine Sabine living here. Working at the desk, sleeping in the bunk, blinking into the terminals in the dark. The recording cuts to the static, filling the room with its whiteness. Then silence. This is where I put the Yatagan data. I've been selling it. You sit in front of the humming terminal and hit a few keys. Sabine has left an access port open, but the rest is encrypted, locked away behind passcodes. It seems Sabine might not trust you as much as they want you to think. Who does Sabine need to hide from? And what do they owe to Yatagan? You try to assemble the pieces, but too many are missing. The only thing you know is that without stabilizer, your body will die. You glance at the briefcase lab on the desk, its glassware glinting in the dark. You turn away and leave, the door clucking shut behind you. Back in the corridor, you notice a scrawled graffiti on of the blade on the opposite wall, Yatagan. You feel yourself being drawn to something you don't quite understand. Oh my, this is where you need the Yatagan data. You need the Yatagan data that I have been selling. I've had like 6 that I've been selling. It's fine. This is a great way to be ending things. I hope you enjoyed this adventure, Ghost Schools and Games. And I hope you learned from my mistake. I'll see you in the next adventure. Bye bye!